Are we actually going to get to find out what Bonnie found out this episode? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with episode 1104 of One Piece. Yeah, last time we had a good focus on Bonnie chasing down Vegapunk, and we got to see the start of her finding some stuff out about her father. And I am wondering if we're going to find that out or if we're going to shift to something else this time. There's a lot of setup for other things, a lot of build up for other things, and it's just a matter of I don't know like exactly which order things are going to be happening in this. But I want to briefly touch on this as well because I want to give my thoughts so far on this arc. This arc, as of where it is currently, is nowhere near the level of Wano. And the big issue as to why I feel is that it's trying to do a little much, I feel. I think Oda's trying to do a little much here. I understand this is the first arc of the final saga. I understand that it's a big deal. It's Egghead Island. It's Vegapunk. We get that. But there's I feel like so much going on, so many reveals. Like, I've pointed it out already that there's been no time, no chance for any little side things in this arc. Everything has been go, go, go from the start to where it's like you're not really being given a chance to breathe. And the problem with this is it's coming right off of an extremely tense and just go, go, go part of Wano, really. I mean, yes, there was that little post-Wano thing, but that was very short. And honestly, with the fact that it had Shanks in it, with the fact that it had Green Bull in it, it's just like, was it really even a break after, like, you know, the entire raid on Onigashima? Was it really a break when you're still having all this intense shit happen? And now we're going into just more just go, go, go on intense shit, huge reveals. And it's just like, Oda, can we have a break, please? Can you let us rest? This is why filler arcs are not a bad thing. It allows us to have a little bit of break in between moments of heavy excitement where we can just relax and enjoy something low stakes and low energy. But instead, it's just like, no, you're just going to be thrust into another really heavy arc that's just so much at once. And like I said, I think that's the biggest issue with Egghead right now, is that it's just trying to do so much at once. What it's actually doing is good. It's great even. But it's just certain things are either being overshadowed by others, are just not as interesting as others, and I feel like it would have been resolved if they had been in either different arcs or different portions of the arc. For example, I am extremely focused on the stuff with Bonnie and Kuma. But, like, this fight with CP0, I honestly don't care about as much. It's like, the stakes just don't seem that high for me in regards to that. And I just don't feel like it's going to be, like, as satisfying to watch, comparatively. I'm more interested in learning shit right now than I am about seeing all this heavy, intense action happening with these bad guys. I think that that storyline, that the CP0 being there, is taking away so much from the knowledge of this arc. Like, all that would have needed to be done is have us, like, get all of this knowledge and stuff then bring CP0 in. Don't have them at the same time. It's like having them at the same time, just, it clutters everything. And I'm not saying, by the way, I want to make clear, I'm not saying that this is bad so far. In fact, no, this arc is great. I'm just saying that it's a bit too much all at once. It can still be great and be a bit too much to go through in one go. Both of those can be true at the same time. So it's just a matter at this point of what next? How is this going to continue to go? I guess we'll see. I don't know what to expect, but let's get into it. So, when the screen, or before I get into that part, I do want to remind you all. Almost forgot about this, that there is a lot of other great content to check out on the channel. Every Monday through Friday, we have a plethora of awesome series reactions. We have YouTube or YouTube adjacent reactions on Monday. Every Saturday and Sunday, we do movie reactions. They're recorded earlier in the week, but uploaded on the weekend. We're also currently going through 2 Let's Plays. Spider-Man 2 on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And Anno Mutationum on Saturdays. Spider-Man 2 currently is right past the point of the audio issues. So if you're watching as it goes, parts 10 and on, there shouldn't be any like notable big audio issues left. That should have been fixed. But if you're still on parts 1 through 9, there are still audio issues with those. So I apologize for that. But with Anno Mutationum, that is a donation reward Let's Play for Matthew Vasquez. If you want to know how to take part in those, if you want and are able to donate for a Let's Play, all you have to do is go to the video on this channel, the announcement video for PS5 game reward months. All the info will be in that video. You can just search it on the channel really easily. You shouldn't have a problem finding it. But yeah, that will be where you can find all the info on how to donate for Let's Play. Or you could just, if you want to, I guess, ask on the Discord or in the comments. It's up to you. But yeah. So, with all of that being said, now let us get this going. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, follow the link to the reaction, because, yes, everything on this channel is redirected. Sorry if I seem out of it today. I kind of am, and I don't know why. I thought it was just tiredness, but I think it's something more. But anyways, God, where was I? I got distracted. But yeah. Oh my God. Wow, I am blanking hard. I apologize for this. But yeah. Come here. Let's just start this over. When the screen fades to black, pause the redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction because, yes, we do redirect everything, all reactions on this channel. I know it may not be the most enjoyable option, but it's a safety measure. You know how YouTube is. YouTube's copyright system sucks, and so just to remain safe from any possible issues with channel strikes, or even, God forbid, channel termination, which I have dealt with before. I don't want to do so again. Just to avoid all that, we do redirect all of our reactions. Movies, shows, doesn't matter. Just to be safe. And that way you can go watch it super easily as well. And on the big bright side, all of you, no matter who you are, gets to see the full unedited reaction for free. It's just right up there. No problems there, no issues, no paywalls, no Patreon. You don't even have to sync up your own copy. Just go to the link in the description below, follow that to the reaction, and after you, like I said, after you watch it, you can come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after fades black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode, as well as just my general thoughts and whatnot. So, that all being said, yeah, thank you as always so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, I make it no secret, that there's a lot of characters in this series that I am very into. From the obvious choices like Robin and Nami to the more divisive ones like Perona, and Alti, I guess, would be probably divisive in that regard too. And even ones who I will very strongly defend to the ends of the earth, and I think they are absolutely beautiful. Oh my god, what is her fucking name? I can't think of her name for the life of me right now. The Kunoichi lady from Wano. Her name is completely escaping me at the moment. But I think she's absolutely beautiful. And it's like, I get actually quite pissed off when I hear anybody shit talk her. It actually really irritates the shit out of me. I can't think of her name right now for the life of me, though. Yeah, I can't think of it. You know who I'm talking about, though. Anyway, the point is, Stussy, or Stussy, again, however you want to pronounce it, has always been notably up there for me. I mean, not on the level of characters like Kiku and Yamato, not on the level of, necessarily even, Zoro or whatnot. But she's been up there. This episode skyrocketed her for me. I said in the reaction, I'm not usually into vampires in a sexually attracted way. There's very few vampire characters who I find myself horny for. Let's just say it. It's very much not usually a thing for me, with some maybe few exceptions here and there. But the way Toei animated her here, and I'm sure, to some degree, this represents how it's showcased in the manga, how Oda drew it and everything. I don't know exactly to what degree. I don't know if, you could see, the breath coming out of her mouth like you could in the anime. I don't know if it, had these panels that focus specifically on her lips and, her tongue and everything. But the way that Toei animated this, the sound effects, the sound she was making, the voice acting of the VA as well, just in general, everything just hit together in just exactly the right way to where it was doing shit to me. I don't think it's the horniest I've ever been watching something. I would almost definitely say not. If you guys had only seen the first time I watched episode 3 of Hell of a Boss, you would have seen more. So But at the same time, it's up there. Like, I don't know how well it was showing because I never know how well I express stuff physically and expressively on my face and all. I don't I sometimes I can express stuff well enough, sometimes I don't. So I have no idea if it was clear to you guys just from that. But I was getting warm. Like my face felt like it was flushed. I don't know again if it was, but it felt like it was. I felt like very warm around the cheek area, and it's just like the more the scene went on too, it's just it became more and more so, and it's like I made the joke in the reaction like I kind of wished I was Lucci right there when she was biting him, and it's like that wasn't just a joke, by the way. Again, that's not normally my thing. That's not normally like a kink for me. Um, Different people have their different kinks and fetishes and everything. We're not here to like kink shame or anything. I will never kink shame someone for what they're into. Um, but it's like that's not normally a big thing for me, biting. But again, with the voice work, the effects, the sound work, everything just kind of going together with how it was visualized as well. Something just about how it was executed here just really did it for me. And it's like, my God. Um like I almost feel like I have to go splash myself with cold water or something. uh but I'm being serious too. I'm not like just joking around. But simply put, it's like that scene was very obviously like intentionally hypersexualized. I don't know if Oda has a vampire kink. That is a thing. That absolutely is a thing. I don't know if Oda has it or not, but I felt like if it was shown in the manga to a degree like this, Jesus fuck Oda. We know you're horny. You don't need to do this. Like we already see the way you draw Nami and Robin all the time, especially in this arc. Like Jesus fuck. It's kind of funny how sexy that was. Cuz again, it's not usually my thing. But it's just everything worked together in just the right way. And her being like, a spy and everything, her being a traitor to CP0 is not a surprise at all because I called it episodes ago. I called it back when Vegapunk first called to her and was like, please help me. I need help. And you heard her voice over it, and it's like I was thinking that sounded like her. And we find out the fact that she is a clone created by Mads, which gives her the connection with Vegapunk and everything. So it shows why she's working with Vegapunk and why she's a spy for him. Um, that would also give her connection with Vinsmoke Judge, though, as well as Queen. So I wonder if her loyalty lies very specifically with Vegapunk here, or if it would lie with any of her creators. It's an interesting question. I don't know exactly how far that goes. Um, but it said she was Mad's first successful clone, meaning there are absolutely more clones out there, possibly characters we've already met. Besides, the Vegapunk clones and everything. I'm not counting that. And that's really interesting. But it also says she's a clone of Miss Buckingham Stussy, a member of the Rock's Pirates. And like I said in the reaction, the only way Oda would say that, I feel, is if we already had met Miss Buckingham Stussy. And the fact that before her name there's a Miss, which isn't something that a lot of characters have. And the first part of her first name is Buckin. It has to be her, right? Like, I don't want to look it up because I don't want to like have that spoiled for sure. And obviously, do not tell me if I'm right or wrong on this, because that would be considered a spoiler. I do not want you to tell me if my guess here is correct or not. I feel like it has to be, but that would definitely be a spoiler until it's like revealed in series. So like if the next episode, for example, had like a scene that just randomly showed Weevil and Miss Buckin, then that would practically confirm it. Because that would be out of nowhere otherwise. But it's gotta be, right? Why would Oda give us a name that specific for a person of that specific kind of crew if we had not met them yet? And again, that would explain like extremely well the connections between Miss Buckin and Whitebeard, because Whitebeard was a part of Rock's crew as well. And if they both met through being part of that crew, they could have genuinely been lovers, or even, even possibly married. Which means Weevil might actually be Whitebeard's son, legitimately. I mean, I'm not even questioning, like, oh, why does Miss Buckin look like a raisin compared to Stussy? I mean, she's old. And that's a very common trope in media, to make old people, like, shrink when they age and basically become raisins of people. It's a very common thing. And I think that kind of stems from the entire idea of like, oh, when people age, that they'll tend to hunch over a lot more. They're not actually like getting legitimately shorter. They're just hunching so you don't like see their full height, and they come across as shorter because of it. But yeah, really, really interesting, and I hope we find out more about that sooner rather than later. Now, we did actually get to find out a little more of the stuff with Kuma, which I was worried we weren't going to yet. I was worried we were going to focus on a couple other things and then come back to that. But no, we actually got to focus a little bit on it. We got to see a little bit of flashback, presumably of when Kuma was fully going to give himself over to becoming a cyborg. We saw that he was sitting there with his glasses on. He seemed to have his full mental faculties. Probably was not enhanced even at that point. And he is talking to Vegapunk, and Vegapunk's revealing like, oh, your powers have this miraculous ability. It's like you can transfer pain without having to worry about connecting to nerves and whatnot. It's like you could probably transfer memories too, and it makes it clear that the paw bubble that Bonnie found is his memories, and that's what she wants to find. She wants to learn more about this. But Vegapunk is continuing to try and lie to her to get her away from it. And again, it's been made very clear that he's trying to protect her. He's trying to keep her, in this case, mentally and emotionally safe. He's trying to stop her from getting, mentally and emotionally hurt by finding out all of what happened. And I get it. I understand, especially since this was Kuma's wish. But I kind of talked about this last time. I absolutely agree with Bonnie here. She has every right to know about this, and, like, using the excuse that you're trying to protect her, that it was Kuma's wish, is not valid in this circumstance. I just feel like it doesn't fly at this point. Sorry for the if you hear that out there, someone's alarm is going off. But yeah, it's not really valid at this point with everything going on with where Bonnie's emotional state is at currently. It's like you're not actually protecting her by doing this at this point. You're hurting her more than the truth probably actually will. So he really needs to just shut up and be honest and open with her. There's really no other ways about it, if I'm being honest here. Um yeah, this was really interesting to see that. And to see that his powers can be used on stuff like memories and whatnot as well. Because we've really only seen it used for pain and whatnot in regards to that power, not counting the power of that he can send people flying, across the world. That's a completely different thing. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what more they might do with it, what more they might reveal about his power. Um, so that's fascinating in and of itself. We get to see Kaku's awakened form, and it doesn't look too different outside of like having a beard and stuff now, which it's like, oh, okay. I don't think Kaku has a beard in his human form though, so that's interesting. And he's obviously more powerful just in general, but also has the power to stretch out and like twist around his neck much more. And then obviously he uses color of arms hockey, which that's just hockey. So that's not really an improvement of his devil fruit. But yeah, it's interesting to see him having reached that point too. I kind of wasn't expecting it, and it seems like Stussy has a devil fruit as well. It looks like it probably is going to be like a vampire bat, I would assume, judging on the wings or on the wings, on the fact that she sprouted wings. Um, because here's the thing. Like I said, there is a vampire character in one of the games, Unlimited World Red. He's the main villain, and Oda helps create like characters for the games and stuff. He's not going to have a devil fruit that appeared in one of the games, a non-canon game. He's not going to have a devil fruit that appeared in that appear also in the actual manga. And I don't remember if the devil fruit in the game could give you wings in the first place. But yeah, it's really interesting too, because she's not just like sucking their blood here. She's actually putting them to sleep, so it's like more of a tranquilizer kind of thing. But it's just really fascinating. And I really want to know more. Even beyond just the sex appeal of it. It's just I want to know more. I want to see more of her ability in action. This was a really fascinating episode. There was a lot that was going down. And now that CP0 is basically taken down, at least for now, it seems like we're going to be good for the moment. But we know Kizaru's on his way, so that's trouble. I like though how she had Sea Prism Stone in her makeup, in her lipstick. so that she could like press that to Lucci to keep him from running, because his devil fruit gives him extreme speed. So that helped her be able to take him down. There's just like a lot here, and I'm very, very curious to see what more is expanded on with this. I'm also wondering why Kuma is currently trying to climb the red line to get to presumably Marishwa. Is he? I know he was like taken from there. Is like he trying to get back because he's supposed to be serving the celestial dragons? Is that what's going on? I don't know. But it's interesting too. Edison and Lilith were going out to help, and now the fight's gonna be over because of Stussy. Lilith isn't gonna be happy. She wanted to fight, and she finally had her chance, only for it to be taken away. I'm very, very curious as to where this is going. But for now, we're just going to have to wait and find out in the future. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. And just as a reminder, we do have a lot of other great content to check out on the channel. Every Monday through Friday, we have a plethora of awesome series reactions. And on Monday, we also do YouTube or YouTube adjacent reactions. We have movie reactions every Saturday and Sunday. They're recorded earlier in the week but uploaded on the weekend so that every day has something going on. And are currently also going through 2 different Let's Plays on the channel. We're doing Spider-Man 2 every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And we are currently just past the uploads for parts 1 through 9, which do have some audio issues. But parts 10 and on should be all good in that regard. We're also doing a donation reward Let's Play for Matthew Vasquez of Anno Mutationum. So we're currently going through that. That's once a week every Saturday. And yeah, that one is really interesting so far. If you want to know how to do a donation reward Let's Play, or a Let's Play for donation reward, check out the announcement video I have on the channel for PS5 game reward months. Just check out that video and it'll give you all the info you need. But all of that being said, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. And for now, yeah, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.